Hi everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining our Total Experience webinar today. I really appreciate everyone investing time with us. Believe me, I completely understand just how busy everyone is, and I'm very grateful that you've decided to spend a little bit of time with myself and the team at Aforza today. My name is Dominic DiNardo, I'm the CEO, and today's webinar I'm going to be joined by our Head of Customer Success, Bashir Qasim. And Bashir and I are going to tell you all about this total experience concept and why it's really valuable to you. So just before we get into all the meat of the content, and believe me, today of all days, we're going to give you an extremely slick demo. We're very excited to get your reactions to it. But let me just say a couple of words about Aforza. Aforza is completely dedicated to the consumer goods industry, food, beverages, and so forth. And we do everything from trade promotion management to retail execution and digital content and even now e-commerce, all built on the Salesforce and Google platforms, available on devices that run Android and iOS, Apple iOS, everywhere around the world. And we're going to talk about this total experience, and you can see here in the slide this beautiful infinity loop. We're going to talk about this total experience, which is a very complete experience, and explain it to you in a moment. And we're trusted by customers all over the world, with new customers like Mountain Source and Massive Beverages United States, all the way through to companies like Distell and Photos for Daddies. And later in this session, after we do the demo, we're going to dive into some of these customers as case studies and talk about their total experiences. So please stay for that part. That's really great to hear, not just our vision and how we see it all working, but also hear about the actual customers that are doing this today. All right, so have you ever considered, and maybe like me, maybe you're younger than me, but maybe you're my age, where you might have children that are using smartphones today, and the Millennial Generation, if you like, they obviously have grown up in a world where they're using smartphones and they operate in applications very quickly, they learn them very quickly, they do everything from Snapchat to Instagram to Twitter to WhatsApp. And what's really fascinating to me is not just that, it's nothing new to say the young of today adopt new technology and, just embrace it and immediately learn it. But really what's also interesting about it is it all just seamlessly interacts. You can read something and you can go tweet about it, punch to Twitter, or you can share on WhatsApp, or from your phone, push it to another device like your laptop or something. All this stuff just interacts seamlessly and just works. Interesting, right? And yet, in our business lives, for the most part, that really is not true. It's not true for our business applications at all. And in fact, it's not just a question of them interacting seamlessly on a device. It's also just actually they're completely segmented and siloed. The trade promotion management and planning systems, trade promotion optimization systems, they kind of sit in one silo, one stovepipe. And the retail execution, it's kind of, we do some, it's outsourced, those are multiple systems. And then there's content and working with agencies, that's somewhere else as well. And it's all kind of separate, and somehow your IT team, if you're fortunate enough to have one, is kind of there to piece together the spaghetti and worry about the enterprise security and make sure it all somehow just works. So, it's probably not a surprise if I give you some statistics here. I have my crib sheet so I can't get my numbers wrong. Things like sales productivity. Listen to this one. 69% of workers say they waste an hour a day toggling between apps, because they're kind of jumping between things. Or, is it really a shock that, when you think of it like this, that we lose about 25% of sales annually in consumer goods because our retail execution practices are unable to track out of stock. That statistic actually came from Oliver Wyman. And then, the old adage as well, the one that's kind of a killer that's never changed. Why does it never change? Why is our promotional spend, our brand spends so ineffective, with McKinsey saying 70% unprofitable? And those numbers, by the way, when McKinsey say 70% unprofitable, remember, as an industry, we spend something like 20 to 25% of our revenues on promotions. And the reason why we do this, I can't give you a reason why you do it, it's completely irrational, but the reason why it's happening is because The systems don't talk to each other. There's no feedback loops. There's no ability to act in real time. So this is why, actually, the way we see things is very, very different. Because what we need to do is we need to connect the planning to retail execution. This is what some of our customers like, we're going to talk about Distella later in this presentation are looking to do. What we want to do is to be able to have that real time element of like the promotion is being planned, it's being implemented, it's being executed, and I can see immediately what's going to happen from its immediate execution. In fact, in the demonstration today, you're going to see this done a lot. Actually, this is what we're going to be focusing on. And then you want a seamless on-device experience because you want to be able to do. You want your device to work in a way where I want to do my retail execution, but I also want to capture images. That's kind of an obvious example. But perhaps less obvious is I want to measure things. I want to place, or use augmented reality to place promotional merchandising. I want a seamless experience between lots of different applications, the same way my kids can operate between Instagram and Twitter and WhatsApp, right? It should work just the same, shouldn't it? Right? And we can do that. We'll show you that in a minute. And then we want to integrate the customer on every channel because the key word is a total experience. And a total experience is about all of these benefits combined. It's about the customer experience, the employee experience, and a virtuous. And you can see we kind of in the slide we're kind of trying to portray this as it's an infinite cycle. It never stops. It's a virtuous cycle when you have these feedback loops from all of these points, right? So that's what the total experience is all about, and that's why it's so valuable to you in solving these problems. So we've got a demo lined up for you now, and you're going to see a lot. So we thought we'd take a moment. I'm going to explain what you're about to see before it happens, and then we'll recap afterwards. Okay. So first of all, we're going to be out in the field, and we're going to see that one of our competitors has actually placed a promotion and there's going to be a competitive threat, and we're going to use the messaging tool Slack to communicate this back to HQ, right? And then we're going to immediately take that Slack message, that alert, and decide to take immediate action with the creation of a promotion. And so we've got the TPM technology being used there, but not just the TPM technology in isolation. We'll immediately enable it, activate it, and push it straight out back to the field. So the on-device experiences for our field team can implement that promotion immediately. And they're going to want to go to customer sites to execute that promotion. So of course, the obvious one, using mapping technology. But then when they're in the retail site, you're going to see them using augmented reality to place a promotion, in our case like a gondola end here. And then, of course, they're going to do things like measure the space. They're going to actually execute the promotion. So they're going to sell in again using the Aforza technology. And they're going to check the compliance of the promotion thereafter. Going to capture payments, right, automatically as well from a third-party system. And then after all that happens, the customer can then interact with us through the self-service portal. So you see this nice, beautiful loop here. And you're going to see, actually, I think, I'm going to get this wrong, but I think there's somewhere between 10 to 12 applications are actually going to be shown to you, but it's not going to feel like that. It's going to feel like a seamless experience. And it's all going to happen very, very quickly. So I'm super excited now to hand you over to Bashir, who's going to actually execute the demonstration and take you through the total experience. Bashir, all set, ready to go?
So as Dominic described, where this story starts is in Slack, right? So let's say I'm a sales user out in the field. I can see another promotion that's being run from one of my main competitors, Pastel Brooks. So they're running a 20% discount offer, which I'm going to share via the competitive Slack channel that we have. I know the brand manager will really want to see what this promotion looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do is use my phone to take a photo of the gondola, and then I'm going to add that photo to the Slack channel. This is really easy to do, and I then add the photo that I've taken to the channel and any other relevant existing photos that are on my phone for this. I simply select them and I attach them to that Slack channel. So I'm now going to switch personas and put myself in the shoes of the brand manager who's going to receive these updates from the field and these updates that I've added into Slack so that they can act on them. So here what you're seeing is the brand manager view starting off. As a brand manager, I would check in regularly to see what's happening out in the field. I'll review my dashboards, review some key metrics, and we really provide an end-to-end data model. So because of that, it's easier for me to access some of the rich dashboards, like with this visual, these components that help me keep track of my KPIs, really allowing me to respond quickly to things that are really happening actively in the world. For instance, I can see that this competitor data we're capturing is really pointing out a really big uptake in sales from the last few months. I actually heard a rumor that their brand new Pastel Brook is looking to break into market against some of our leading products, specifically Chalk Springs. In preparing for the day, I set up a competitive intelligence record set up to track sentiment that's coming directly from the field. So now I'm going to head to the competitive intelligence record. I can see actively updated, very often, almost in real time, sentiment coming in from Slack, right? So I see some messages here from Slack, and this record is tagged in the field by any Slack user simply using a Salesforce tag. This is fantastic, being able to integrate Slack into Aforza and Salesforce, and that's really the power of the platform here. I can see that there's some recent activity, and the general mood from this field, from the field, is that Pastel Brook is really making a big impact in store with 20% discounts. Which in this particular case is pretty massive. We need to be able to respond to that, and I'm going to show you how we do that to keep off the competitive threat in our key stores. So I'm going to move over to Promotion Designer. And this is where we update our promotions, drag and drop pretty quickly. So to do this, I'm going to go ahead and tweak our current Chalk Springs promotion, provide a more attractive offer for our field team so they can try to offset this threat. Fortunately, in the Promotion Designer, it's pretty easy to do this, right? I can make pretty small, complex changes to the promotions in just a few clicks. So instead of having to jump around records, I can just drag and drop those changes here, make some small updates. It's clean and simple, and the trade promotion management tool really allows us to build up a library of tactics, as you see here, which can simply be selected and used and dragged into the promotion. These can all be done by a brand manager, right? Doesn't require any special skills, doesn't require any IT skills, and you can pretty much see how to do it from the UI, which is one of the biggest benefits. So what I'm going to do to counter that threat, I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the discount to match that 20%. If I'm feeling ambitious, I might want to go a little more to undersell, but we're sweetening the deal even more by providing 100 packs of tortillas for free as a part of the promotion. I know as a consumer I'd fall for that deal because I love tortillas. Next, we're going to jump over to the promotion calendar. After a few quick clicks, we see we have updated our promotion and can review it against other Chalk Spring campaigns via the promotion planner. And this helps us ensure that we're aligned with other campaigns that are currently running, right? So we can see them running in parallel with one another. So I can make some changes quickly and in real time. I can make sure that I'm not overlapping with any other campaigns or activities. And more importantly, I'm not cannibalizing any other efforts that we're doing. You can see this is really easy to do with the promotion planner. You can also share this across your business with other users in your organization with details of the products, the tactics, and also the targets and results of the promotion. You can make those immediately available, which is fantastic. So next, we're going to talk about segmentation. As a brand manager, you'd want to ensure that the response to our competitor is targeted in the stores that are most likely at risk. Being as flexible as we are, Forza allows me to easily create an attribute of Pastel Brooks to segment those customers where we've seen a presence or activity from our competitors. The segment will be used by the Aforza segmentation engine to ensure the new promotion and all the tasks that are executed are going to be focused on the customers where we see the biggest threat. So after I've planned my promotion and having created a segment, I'm going to go ahead and schedule some targeted visits that are going to be used to actually drive and execute these promotions. So what you're seeing here are some of the stores that I want to get my sales team to immediately to see where the biggest threats are, and I want to get these scheduled right in the system. So I select some of the customers identified by the segmentation engine, which automatically pulls these through, uh, and allows quick creation of a route. And using our mapping capability, we can visualize these locations of these customers. So from this map view, you can see the local campaign, and I'm confident that we're going to be able to address this threat quickly on this route before they take any of our market share. So after doing those routes, I'm going to move to the agenda builder. I can now use this route to create some visits on a field rep's calendar, right? So this is going to drive the visits that they're actually doing while executing on these promotions. So again, using that same segmentation engine, which is underlying everything within the platform, it's going to recognize that these customers have been flagged as Pastel Brook, and it's going to immediately align them to the task of the user that needs to complete and complete these visits to counter this threat. So once that's done, we're going to now put ourselves in the shoes of the rep and do that from the mobile device in the field. So Aforza is completely downloadable from either the Apple App Store or the Android Play Store. So you can remotely mobilize your sales team from anywhere in the world without extensive training or extensive onboarding. We're using real consumer grade user interface and user design techniques. So really the relevant information that a rep needs in the field is shown. We're trying to make it easily accessible and really intuitive for the field reps. So as a rep, I'm going to walk through my daily tasks. You can really see how seamless the experience is, right? Even though we're leveraging the power of not just Aforza, but several other applications as well. The first thing I see when opening Aforza are my upcoming 3 visits. Fields are going to be populated with the information I need for the next visit, including things like the time, the address, and the time of the last visit. If I keep scrolling, I can see my personal sales history to help me keep up with my targets, right? That's what we want in the field. If I want to navigate, I go around and press into this customer. I can see the shop's information, brings me into the visit page. Here I can check in, or I can click in the map to trigger a route calculation from any supported map application that's on my device. This can be Waze, but it can also be Google Maps or Apple Maps, depending on what you've set in your device. So you can see how easy it is for us to move the Aforza experience to the map and back again. We've made it very frictionless and almost unnoticeable for the user. So once I'm done with my route and I'm happy with the route selected, I use my actions in links button built into the application to go directly back to Aforza. This is built right into the OS I'm using, and it makes it really a seamless and total experience. So now another option I have, I can use a measuring app, right? There are a few different measuring apps available on iOS or Android, but we can integrate these directly into the rep experience from Aforza. So before I even talk to the customer about the promotion, I want to make sure that we're positioning the correct stand, where it will be, make sure it can fit within their shop to make the most use of the space that we have available. I can click to my measuring app. It allows me to quickly record the measurements directly on my mobile device. We then capture it back directly against the customer and upload the image against the visit. We now have a permanent, perfect record of the measurement available for future reference for the entire organization. So now I want to jump into some augmented reality to show how effective this promotion can be to the outlet owner. All I have to do is simply click on the Adobe Arrow link. It takes me directly to the augmented reality app and the model of our promotion in that shop. In this example, we're using Arrow, but our linking and action functionality can direct you to any app that provides this capability. So I've decided where I want to place this promotion stand. I can use the digital asset management system from Aforza to pull out any specific merchandise assets such as this gondola and visualize how it's going to look when presenting our products. I can walk around in the virtual space and capture pictures of our assets from different angles to share with the store manager. And also, I can share it back with headquarters to get approval and contain a record for future use. Once back in the visit, I scroll past the other relevant information, such as the orders, the account-specific sales history, even down to the gallery. Here's where I can add the images I captured of that space. I store them in Aforza's digital asset management system and keep them for future reference. Now that I've completed this, I check it off my task list through this customer survey after sharing it with the customer. The important thing to remember here is that Aforza really provides a platform that allows me to link out to all these different apps. Because it's so flexible, the possibilities around what you can do with Aforza and help you sell more, grow faster, and just be more agile with your customers is really endless. So I'm going to go ahead and capture that order from this promotion. When I start this, we're shown the order page where a selection of fields gives me various options around capturing the order. I can change my inventory location from the local warehouse to the stock I currently have in my van outside. I can even apply different pricing policies if I have that level of access. And I can select an order date for the customer depending on what's being purchased. When I start the order, this brings me to our product catalog page, shown in an easy to digest interface. If I go to the soft drink section, I'll be able to see all the relevant products linked to this attribute. Here we can see a lot of information in a really clean format. We show the name, the picture, the SKU, quantity in stock, and price. There we can also add a tag to the product showing information such as if it's recyclable packaging, the commission rates, or if it's low in stock. If I want to see the relevant promotions for this account, I can see these by selecting the promotion tab. Here's that promotion my account manager made in response to the competitive threat. When I press this plus button, it's going to show all the available products in this promotion. In this case, it's 300 drinks, and remember the added tortillas that we've added as a sweetener. I can change the quantity to multiply the promotions and then add this to the cart. I can then go ahead and complete the order. Now this is the final order page where I can do a number of things. I can even instantly create an invoice completely offline. Next, I'm going to do something interesting. In this age, I'm using a number of tools to communicate with my customers. In this case, that's going to be WhatsApp. Customers want to receive information through the preferred channels, and Aforza has designed to embrace this need. After creating the invoice, we can choose how to provide this to the customer, either by the traditional printed method, which we support Bluetooth printers, but in this case, I'm actually going to use WhatsApp to send this to the customer. Again, all in the same experience for the user. Next, if I want to make a payment, we move into taking the payment. Aforza can seamlessly integrate to any payment provider collection application that leverages deep link capability. In this example, we call out to PayPal to show how we can take a payment for the invoice captured. Now remember, this could be any application or service of your choice that supports deep links, and you can see how easy it is to use the native functionality and then integrate it back into Aforza. This record of payment is then associated with the order to allow us to have a complete audit trail of the transaction. So what we've seen so far is a seamless on-device experience for the user, moving effortlessly from one app to another. But we know that total experience is all about bringing the employee experience and the customer experience together as one. We really want to ensure that the customer has the same effortless experience from a self-service perspective as we would as a field rep or a planner or a key account manager. So after sharing that order via WhatsApp, the customer is then sent an invite to the Chalk Springs Commerce portal to view the delivery status and make any amendments that they want to make. Now, as a customer, I'm logging into the self-service portal where I can access all of my account information. I can even review a complete product catalog, the order history, or I can place a new order and log a support request. But I'm actually going to start by drilling into the product catalog and review a comprehensive list of all the products available by category. Now this is really great for me to understand not only what's available, but what other brands I can actually stock moving forward. I'm going to take a quick look at my order history. I can see the historical orders, when they were placed, how much I was charged, and their status. I can drill down on specific orders to see the next level of detail as well. If I do want to place a new order, all I have to do is navigate to the new order page where I can see all the products that I'm eligible to order. This eligibility can be configured in the back end as well. I can review individual product details like this Chalk Springs berry fruit product, seeing their description and price. I can also click on recommendations to see what other products are being suggested. Here, our AI engine is recommending products based on a number of different parameters, such as historical orders, types of product, and what other stores are buying in my location. I can add this order to my cart with a simple click of a button, and then once ready, move to the checkout page to capture payment and complete my order. Thanks for your time, everyone, and walking through this total experience on Aforza with me. I'm now going to help wrap this up and hand it back to Dominic to close out. Dominic, over to you.
Wow. Okay. So there's a lot there. Thank you, Bashir. Thanks, Team Aforza, who stitched that all together for us. That was really, really impressive. Please reach out in the comments and things, or contact us if you like that. I'd love to hear feedback. Probably one of the most sophisticated and comprehensive demos, yet easy, right? Easy. That I've seen in a long, long time. So let's just recap. What did we actually see? So you saw, we started off with somebody spotting a competitive event and using Slack, right, for internal messaging. Immediately, the trade promotion planning kicked in and we could execute promotion right away, push it straight back to the field, right, so that they can go on site. We went using mapping to get there. We used augmented reality to look at how a promotion would execute in store. We used a measuring application. Importantly, we were able to execute the promotion in store. And then after all that, we did a compliance check, we did a payment execution, and finally, we did that complete 360-degree thing with the customer interacting with us for a self-service portal. So, how would you describe it? I would describe it as a total experience, right? I think it's probably self-evident just why that's so valuable, and it's a very 21st century experience. So one of our fantastic customers is Photos. They have a total experience. Photos operate, they're headquartered in Cyprus, but they operate throughout Eastern Europe, and they actually distribute Carlsberg and have the other products. A fantastic customer. They've got a total experience, and the key thing they're doing is they're moving off legacy systems like spreadsheets and things, and they're integrating their sales planning with their sales execution. And you can actually read about these customers on our website. So Photos has got a lovely case study up there as well. I would encourage you to check that out. And the next customer I want to talk about, Distel. And Distel are do wines, spirits. They've got great aspirations to be the global leader in cider and other things. And actually, they are got a fantastic piece that was done. One of their project leaders over there, Craig Price, he did a piece with consumer goods technology, which you can, I'm sure if you Google, or you can find actually a link on our website to go check out. He actually wrote a really comprehensive case study that was published about all the things they're doing. So it's an amazing company, such big ambitions, and we're doing that project actually with our good friends in Deloitte. So I'd encourage you to check that out. But yeah, they're doing a total experience, seamless on-device operation, linking planning again with execution. Really, really exciting stuff. Go check out the CG Technology article. Really good, probably one of the best case studies I've ever read actually in the magazine. Really good stuff. And then our good friends in WowTech have a total experience. WowTech operating in headquartered in Germany, but with like users all over the world, in America and Asia. They have a total experience, totally transforming how they do their trade promotion planning. And their they also have their case study on our website. So I guess it's a bit of a theme there. I probably could have said that for all three of them. You can go to our website and check out the whole WowTech story as well. Three very different companies doing lots of amazing things actually to transform their businesses and achieving results with this total experience concept. So, what can you do to transform your company to have this total experience? And maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, that's all great, but I'm going to have a big business change challenge. My company's not ready for this. It's too revolutionary. Take a breath. It's a lot simpler than you might imagine. And we thought, how could we help you start this journey? And we came up with the idea, and I hope everyone likes this actually, is how you could do a maturity assessment for yourself, a readiness check, where we could interact with you to understand where you would be coming from and try to give advice and a constructive path forward. So we came up with the idea of doing a maturity assessment, and you can go to Aforza website /TX survey, and we've put there a little questionnaire. It's only 10 questions, And from that, we're able to like assimilate it, we'll get all the results. We're going to share the kind of non-confidential, obviously, feedback with the group and give you personalised response for how you can embark on a journey with Aforza so that you can implement a total experience in your company. So with that, we're going to go do some Q&A, and I will get ready to do that in a minute with my marketing team here to assist me. But before I do that, I just want to say, in case you're about to leave, just say a big thank you for investing time. But do stay if you can, and I'll answer as many questions as I can live here and now. Thanks everybody. So let me try and manage the Q&A transition process here.